right, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Yes, we are an hour early this morning, so this is an all-access but an open lesson for our YouTube channel. So it's good to see all of you on a Monday morning. So bass lines, let's talk bass lines, and we're going to go for about maybe 20 minutes this morning. We'll do another lesson tomorrow with our Chord Academy and our all-access group. But let's talk about these bass lines, and for those of you from the musician level and up on our YouTube channel, I put a link to this entire course. So you're going to want this course. It's going to be really awesome for learning different bass lines, but I'm going to teach you a way so you don't get overwhelmed by having all of these bass lines. And we're going to talk about how to learn them. Hey, Vicky, good to see you. Queen Vic, good to see you on a Monday morning. All right, so the very first one, let's just kind of go through this course. And as you get this course, I also send it out to all of our all-access members so you guys have this. And it's a very, like all of my courses, it's interactive. So whatever you want to do, you just click on the icon. Like it says, here is your first example, and the sheet music's there, all the fingering and everything. If you want to watch the video, you just click video, and that works with every single example. It'll take you to the training on every example. So you can watch this training, but also spend time at this at any time going through in detail each specific example. All right, so example one, the first thing I want you to know is what I love about this course is it takes one of our most famous licks at iMusicAcademy, and that is simply the C chord up to the F chord in second inversion to our C7. And you get used to this particular pattern in the right hand, and it works over every single bass line. And I did that on purpose. I want to take the guesswork out of trying to do something different in the right hand every time and to actually work on the left hand bass line. So what I love about this course is with this one lick, I show you how to do 10 different bass lines that work over this one lick, and I think you'll find that very helpful. So as we go through this training, about a 20-minute training, I'll try to say hello to you guys. All right, good to see you. Awesome. Rick, the Gandalf of iMusicAcademy, and J-Man, good to see you on a Monday morning. All right, so the first example, everyone, is, let me make sure I'm on the right screen for making sure you guys can see the music. Really awesome to have you on this Monday morning. All right, let me make sure we're good. I think we're good. So the first thing is this alternate bass line number one. This is actually a pretty easy one, but just one little tricky thing that you have to get going. So let me go ahead and pull up the chat. So the first thing is this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I know Rick has been talking about bass lines, and we're going to do a whole session on jazz bass lines. I've written out tons of jazz bass lines, but let's do actual blues bass lines. The first one is this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and normally I would be using and should be using a metronome, but because this is about a 20-minute lesson and then I have an appointment I'm going to go to, which I talked about in the email, we'll do a lesson tomorrow, kind of a full lesson, but 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the and of 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So somebody write 2 plus. If you feel encouraged this morning, put 2 plus. Plus in music means and, right? So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And the only thing tricky about this bass line is just getting the and of 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So that's the first step. Whenever you have a course like this and you're looking to through our bass lines, we say, well, what are we going to do with our left hand? We go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Awesome. Awesome. Hey, help me pronounce that. Rolf? Well, it's awesome to have you here. And I know our Academy is excited to have you as well. And I think it's awesome that you're first time in the chat. And also, thank you for hanging out, and even when you're not in the chat. That's awesome. We're glad to have you. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. As we're looking at this one bass line here, right, J-Man says 2 plus. Notice that it's the same exact hand position on any key. 1 and 2 and 3. I just do 5, 3, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Anthony, what's up, man? 1 and 2. Hey, Vance, good to see you guys. 1 and 2 and 3. The poet that lets you know it, Vance is in the house. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Like golf, Rolf. I like it. Rolf. I love that. Thank you for clearing that. I can easily remember that since I'm a golfer myself. 1 and 2. Not a very good one, but 1 and 2. All right, now notice that I'm just doing this over and over, and my hand is on automatic pilot. That is the key to this specific bass line. And all of these, like, they're automatic pilot. When I do this kind of bass line right here, do you think I'm thinking individual notes? No, I'm thinking muscle memory. And that's what I hope for you guys to get these bass lines. Just like we do this right here, and you guys know this, and some of you, my beginning players, are doing this. It's all automatic pilot. You have to build up muscle memory. And once you do that, this is one of the encouraging words is it doesn't matter what key I'm on. If I'm doing F, I just have the same thing, same exact muscle memory for G. So I do the 1, 4, and 5 chord. Okay, since you guys I know already have that, my hopefully encouraging word is get this 5, 3, 1, and you're visualizing the triad. That's another really important thing. 2 and 3 and 4. So in my right hand, you're going to continue to work on this lick right here. We're about to lock up the hands. One of my favorite things to teach at iMusicAcademy. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2. We're going to talk about it in just a second. And you're going to want to stay to the end of this lesson because as we go through this, Vance has become a member all of a sudden. Vance, where have you been? What, did you leave for the weekend? Oh, that's so funny. All right, guys, listen to this. We have this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So at the end of this lesson, I'm going to give you a tip that you're going to absolutely need to smooth everything out. So watch this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Well, good. Now you have your icon. You're good to go. All right, now watch this, everyone. Let's lock up the hands. 1 and 2 and. Here's what you're looking for. The and of 2. Watch this again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So notice that I had to break this thing down, and I'm going to do it super slow this time. 1 and 2 and. The and of 2 is where it locks up. So my E is with my C. And if you understand that, I want you to put got it in the chat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and just so we have a lot of new people on this morning. If you're a member of the YouTube channel, I put a link this morning, and all you have to do is click on the link, and then I hit approve. If you're a member, you'll see the link, and then you download the course. And then if you're on the all access, I send it in the email, so no problem. Okay, so I'll have to add you guys. I think it's okay. You guys got it. Awesome. All right, so now you got the one note there. 1 and 2 and. Anthony's got it. Rick's got it. Vicky's got it. Vance, we're good to go. 1 and 2 and. That's what you're looking for. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, now I'm going to go, because you guys are so awesome and so advanced, I'm going to teach you the most important thing I could teach you. We have 12 people watching. What I like to do with my thumb in the right hand is I think about that being almost like a pedal. Okay, so watch this. 1 and 2 and 3. I do that 4 times, just like is in the music. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now watch this. I'm going to go back to C. I'm not even using the pedal. I don't even have my foot close to the pedal. But do you understand how I'm connecting the notes? And I really want some feedback here if you understand. This is probably one of the most important things that changed my playing from really trying to kind of a clunky way of playing these. If I did this, you see that, like, I tried to finish the whole lick then I would have to go right here, and if I hit the C, right, that doesn't work. So what I'm doing is this. Watch this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'm anticipating where I'm going, and I use my thumb to get there. And it works for all bass lines. Watch this. Now when I go to G, the same thing. F. Rolf's got it. So even this right here, last week we were talking about different endings and things like that you can use. And just to be clear, just so everybody's cool with this idea of, that's a great little simple idea. If you want to get a nice turnaround, something to help you get back to the top of the blues, you can simply do this. C, and then so I'm going down a whole step from whatever key I'm in and up a third, so 3 notes up. And then I go chromatically down to the 5th. Yeah, Vicky says hanging on the bass note, it creates a pedal effect. Yeah, it's a nice way to connect everything, right? If you guys are ready for the next bass line, then let me know if you're ready, if you want to stay a little bit on this one. As we're doing this, as I'm waiting for you guys to decide, notice that I don't always play it just like this. Sometimes I go up and down. Right there, I'm just doing one of the licks from Blues Volume 1. Pretty easy. For anybody watching who's not a member of anything, I decided to go ahead and put my other bundle on sale again. Every once in a while, I'll do like a summer thing if you want to. I have my old courses, my 4 blues volumes, and I still sell those separately. Yes, they're older courses, but it's really good material. And then I have my newest course, which is my 16 favorite licks from all 4 blues volumes. We talk about blues trio voicings as well as my favorite licks, and it's more of an updated course with sheet music, of course, and everything. So, and I think that's like $59, and you get all 5 volumes. So if anybody wants that, I'm going to keep that in my website, iMusicAcademy.com. No pressure there, but if anybody wants to really dig into the blues, that would be a good place to do it, especially why it's like $59 for everything. All right, back to our thing. Let's go on to the next one. Vance says he was born ready, so he's born ready, so here we go. Let's go on to the next one. All right, that's a great lick right there. The next one is pretty simple, but at the same time, it's going to have the same kind of challenges. Watch this. We go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is say hello to Hugh. Hugh is the bookends of iMusicAcademy. Everybody's already beating me to it. Hugh, good morning. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So I'm building up the muscle memory again. This is our C6 lick, right? We have C, E, G is a triad plus the A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. That's a good word, Vance. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, so watch this. We have... Okay, so a couple of really important things I want you guys to notice is that the first thing is the and of 2 is happening once again. We have 1 and 2 and. So my C is with the E. Now, the next important thing is because this bass line does 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We're busy on the and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's break it down even more. Even though you have the sheet music and you see the sheet music, I go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So I'm once again on the C and 4 and. All right, now a quick break on something I need to remind everyone is that to play anything, almost anything, you can do it slow and straight, and that really helps you line things up. So let me do it in a very slow and straight fashion, and then I'll show you why we do that. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and because this bass line, it's still even eighth notes. Like it's eighth notes. There's no swing you have to do. You just do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. With all of the bass lines that we're teaching, you can play something slow and straight, almost like a classical person, especially you have the music and you're looking at it, or even if you don't have the music, you just go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now then you start to loosen up. Now same thing applies. Watch this. Where I go 1 and 2 and. There's my F against the G because I used that pedal trick again to get to the F chord. Watch. Watch for G. Or 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so Ken, good to see you this morning. And Ken, you're absolutely right. You got to feel the blues when playing. And what we're saying, what I like to say is I agree 100%. Super important to feel the blues while you're playing. And sometimes it really helps to break things down in a practical approach to learning the bass lines. For instance, if I told you guys just to do this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and then you put the right hand. Easier said than done, right? Like sometimes getting that feeling that you're looking for, it takes a little while to get that feeling. And what I want to do is take some of the guesswork out of it by saying 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. All right, so I need some of my members of the YouTube channel to click, if you can. I know some of you might be on your phone, but click on the link to the course because I put it for musicians and higher, and I just want to make sure that it's that I might have to add you whenever you click on the link, and I just want to make sure that all that's working. So somebody that's by a computer or something, click inside the membership area on the course. All right, so if you guys are good on that one, we'll do a few more here. I'm going to stay till 30 after. I'm going to be fine if I do 10 more minutes. Good to see you again, Ken, and everybody else watching. We've been having a lot of, we've been doing these all access open lessons and a lot of people hanging out at iMusicAcademy, so very thankful for that. All right, so the next one, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's go to a different one. All right, so the next one down the list is this. We're going to go. This one's a little more tricky. I'm going to give you guys an option. Do you want to do this one or do you want to do, that's Boogie Woogie. Let's not do that one because it's not going to connect as easy. Oh, that's actually not. That's one way of boogie woogie. Here's the other one. This is more like that Oscar Peterson doing the double time. That's a really important one to know as well. And we have this. Let me pick one that's going to go with the others. Let's do this one. This is number 7. And remember that once you get this course, that all you have to do is click on any video where it says video, and it'll take you to the training on each one of those. All right, so Vance is requesting this. Vance is all of a sudden a member again through the weekend. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just adding, if you're inside the YouTube membership and you're a musician or higher, I'm gifting this to you guys. I want you guys to dig in and have fun with these bass lines. So Vance, I just added him to the folder, and so there you go. And if you're an All Access member, I already sent this in your email. So Vance, you should be good, and if you would, do me a favor and confirm that. And then let's keep going with this training right here. If I do a C triad, and then for Hugh and anyone else who is a All Access member, just put in the chat that you easily got access and you saw that in the email, and that would be awesome. All right, now this one, notice that I'm going through the triad, C, E, G, and then on beats 4 and I do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I know you like the music, sheet music. That's a good thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. And I'm doing this. I'm getting the muscle memory in. Notice that this C6 lick, we have C, E, G, and I'm visualizing the triad. I'm going 5, 3, 2, 1. No, it shouldn't take you to the website. Not if you're inside the membership area. Oh, wow, the bass line showed up. What are you talking about? 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Notice that this straight 1, 2, 3, 4, and is a little bit different from this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 versus this. Isn't that amazing? Same notes, different feel each time. So I love that about all of our different options. And you want to build up muscle memory. So Anthony said example 3. He wanted to do example 3. All right, I tell you what, we'll do that as the last one. That'll be the last one that we'll do a little bit of. I love the fact that you guys know that I always write out your fingerings that I want you to use. And I think they really help. You can always play something in all keys with just a couple different fingerings at most, and a lot of these you can do with just one fingering, like this triad bass line you can do with one fingering. Okay, so let's go back here. I don't want to take you guys off this. Okay, so we have the triad, 3, 4, and let's put that together with the right hand. All right, see how easy that is right there? I go 1 and 2 and 3 and right here, there's my 4 and, so I go F, A, and G. Now watch what happens when I go to the F chord. There it is again. My F goes against the G. Let me do it slowly. Now there's a lot of tension there, but if you play it faster is. So notice it's really important to get this, what we call the most important thing from today is thinking about your pedal there. 2 and 3 and 4, your finger pedal. Here it is on the F of wherever I'm going. Now I'm going to C, watch this. Here's the G. F. All kind of thing in there, whatever you want to do. Let me check the chat and see how we're doing. All right, so until you can. So Ken says, got to practice the bass line until you can eat your lunch with your right hand while playing smoothie with your left. That's a good word right there. Ken, was it you that were saying you were a member last week? I'm trying to think if it was Ken or somebody else. All right, so you got your music. All right, yeah, and you got your gift, and you're eating a sandwich. Vance, good job. Okay, now everybody's hungry. All right, so let's do this. So a couple of important words about these bass lines. I don't want anybody to get overwhelmed. Like, oh, now you have this chorus with 10 bass lines. Don't get overwhelmed with it, because this is just, it's a process. In the same way that you learn this or a quarter note bass line, you're building up that muscle memory. You just pick one of them. Maybe it's this one, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Jeffrey, everybody say hey to Jeffrey, the most consistent man at iMusicAcademy. Here's my finger pedal. There it is on F. That's right. Okay. So we're going to do one more bass line, and then we'll call it quits for today. All right, so here's the thing I'm going to say about the YouTube channel, because everybody needs to understand, if you are a YouTube, the $2.99 one that's like you just want to support the channel, that's going away. I need to get permission from Hugh and one other person, and that one's going to go away, because the people who are supporting the channel are pretty much the musician and up, and if there are too many options, it makes nobody happy, and I think I have too many options. So just so we're clear, if I've been doing these all access lessons that are normally, I have people that invest like for one lesson a month and they get everything, and you guys have been getting those kind of lessons. But for those of you who are members of the YouTube channel, I need to just tell you a couple of quick things. If you're musician level and up, whenever I go live, I'm going to make sure that I continue to like give a PDF a week if you're on that musician level. If you're on the we have some people on the elite, which is like the highest tier that we have, and it's like, I don't know, it's $14 or something a month, whatever it is, and you're going to get, anytime I go live and I do PDFs, you're going to get those PDFs. That's what that gets you. If you're on the musician level and I go live, you know, you're going to get like a PDF a week, just so we're clear and there's not a lot of confusion. And at the same time, if you know, even inside the musician tier, there is tons and tons of material. Just scroll down and scroll up, whatever you do, and you'll see, just like occasionally I'll give away like courses like this. There are other courses even in the membership level. So just so you know, when you see this, like occasionally you'll see where I put a course in there, blues alternate bass lines. And if you want to support the channel, you can definitely do that. I think it's really important to do that. So we have, I think, 10 people still at that level of the musician level, and some of them are at elite, and we have 1 or 2 people even at the middle level between those. So that's like 2 PDFs a week. The middle one and then the higher one gets you, anytime I go live and I have PDFs, you're going to get those if you're on the elite, which is the highest tier. So just so there's not any confusion, I don't ever want there to be confusion on anything. Let's end with this bass line right here, this idea of Anthony wanted to go over this one. Now this one's a little more difficult, but we're just going to talk about it. You guys have the sheet music, and remember that if you want to figure it out, you just have to practice it slow and straight. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and notice that even as I'm doing this right here, it's just even eighth note. Like I could practice it even eighth notes. 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I just do this one. I had to do the same thing with my pedal, my finger pedal, right? Let me do it slowly. All right, so Vance says he always wondered about that pivot point. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's the secret sauce, right? And to me, that makes it all is thinking about the pedal. For anybody who's just now getting into this lesson, this idea of using your thumb to help connect to the next place you're going. That's what makes all the difference. And that really was game changing for me when I was creating courses and trying to figure out, because sometimes people try to finish the lick before they go on to the next thing. Like this, I'll do a very simple version of what I'm talking about. And they go, and I'll do it again. No, that doesn't do it. I'll do it again on the G chord. You hear how you hear all the gaps and everything, but if you do it like this, here we go. So it's like on the and of 4. If we get a new member, in the musician level or up over the next day, I'm going to put in a couple more baseline PDFs that I think you guys are going to really like. But it has to be somebody new. All right, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. And if you have any questions, you have 1 minute or 2 minutes to answer them. And let's say goodbye to each other, what we always do. No cheating, Vance. Yeah, and just as you guys are saying goodbye to each other, I need you guys to remember that once you get a bass line down, use this simple ideas right here. Any bass line that you're doing, you could go. All right, guys, good to see you. Let me say goodbye to everyone at the start at the top here. Vicky, good to see you. Rick, J-Man, always good to see. And Rolf. Rolf, thanks for not only hanging out, but to saying hello in the chat. Vicky, of course. Anthony, good to see you. And Vance, a new member to iMusicAcademy. You guys are hilarious. And Hugh, of course, the bookends of iMusicAcademy. And Jeffrey, good to see you. All right, guys, have a good one. See you in the next one.